Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the works of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. Some 251 persons of Region 3 are now equipped with various skills, having graduated from various training programs offered by the Board of Industrial Training. The graduates received certification in metalwork engineering, small engine repairs, welding and fabrication, carpentry, masonry, data operation, barbering, general office administration, and auto body repairs, among others. Labour Minister Joseph Hamilton reaffirmed that persons in today's society should be multi-skilled and multi-talented. To provide a better understanding and compliance of Guyana's labour laws, the Ministry of Labour and the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, GMSA, hosted a seminar on occupational safety and health requirements, apprenticeship and employment exchange services. Minister Hamilton underlined the importance of adhering to health and safety regulations as the country undergoes massive transformation.
Those two things, I believe, will be very useful for the Guyana Manufacturing Service Association and its members.
Teachers, students, and parents of the Anna Regina Secondary School are jubilant now that the school has been declared CSEC's School of the Year for 2022 by the Caribbean Examinations Council.
That didn't happen by magic. That happened because this government has consciously invested in these schools across this country to make sure wherever you're living, whatever your parents do, the children of this country will be given an equal opportunity.
Construction of the $585 million new Abrams Will Secondary School in Region Number 2 is ongoing. Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan and Local Government Minister Nigel Darmlal visited the construction to have a first-hand view of the works. The modern school, once completed, will cater to approximately 700 students from Abramsville and other surrounding areas. The new school will feature over 20 classrooms, a laboratory, and modern facilities to improve students' learning in a comfortable environment. Minister Manik-Chan also announced that Region 2 will attain universal secondary education in 2023. Universal access to secondary education is the ability of all students to have equal education, irrespective of their social class, race, gender, sexuality, ethnic background, or geographical location.
Here in Region 2, before mid-year, we're going to be back to declare that the Essequibo Coast, in fact, the Pomeroon Supernam, has achieved universal secondary education. And that means that every child, wherever you are, whatever your parents do, will be able to access a high-quality secondary education.
Tourism, Industry and Commerce Minister Onij Walrond and the Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for public affairs, Kwame McCoy, made a site visit to check on the reconstruction of the Blacker Bridge in Beefield, Sophia. The community center in North Sophia at Block F is also quickly moving apace.
Right across Guyana, we have examples of a government working for all the people right across Guyana. Sophia is just a small sample of what exists across the country. We continue to work for people, with people, to make their lives better, to put them on a better footing educationally and otherwise, to improve their communities, to improve their aesthetics.
Government continues to invest in the implementation of climate-smart agriculture to drive sustainable production and to ensure food security. Expanding this climate-smart practice, the Farmers Group in Mibikuri and Women in Lesbi Holden, Blackbush Polder, Region 6, will each benefit from 2 shade houses.
It's now time for areas like these, Blackbush Polder, that we make opportunities available to our female folks in these areas, so that the government, what we have been doing, we have been having a number of programs, skills training, economic activity that you could get yourself involved in.
This initiative will help to improve the livelihoods and create disposable income for the women in the farming communities. Also, farmers in Region 6 are assured that government will continue to work assiduously to boost productivity. Minister Mustafa says Crabwood Creek and other aligning communities will benefit equally from government's investments in the agri-sector. 2 pump stations will be constructed in Blackbush Polder this year to the tune of $1.1 billion. Additionally, some $50 million will also be expended on the maintenance of dams in the region.
We will work with the farmers and the millers so that they can have better prices for their paddy. I will ask the Pesticide and Toxic Control Board to come and do a test in these canals that you talk about that have chemical in it, and we'll see what we can do.
Government remains keen on reducing CARICOM's almost $5 billion food import bill by 25% by the year 2025. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat reiterated that government will continue accelerating oil and gas production while there is demand.
But today, because we are experiencing and witnessing the impacts and effects of climate change, the situation has changed, whereby we have to get our resources out of the ground as fast as possible and to use it to build new sectors, build new industry, first move our energy mix agenda ahead, move towards renewable, because as you mentioned, it costs a lot to move towards renewable energy. Where are we going to get that resources from?
Acknowledging that private sector entities are challenged with accessing loans from local banks, government will amend the legislation to allow for conservative banks to accept different forms of collateral.
This is something that I've said to them. Please identify, we would like movable collateral to be accepted for purposes of lending. And we've said we would like financial receivables to be assignable for the purposes of securitizing lending. If you have a contract or you have invoices, you must be able to discount these, you must be able to pledge these or assign them for the purposes of raising financing.
The private sector is currently working on identifying the legal constraints. That's it for this edition of Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website at dpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms.